Country music is often remembered for heartbreak songs, front porch stories, and legends with guitars in their hands. But behind the rhinestones and standing ovations, there has always been another side to country music, a darker side, a side filled with addiction, loneliness, violence, tragedy, and fame that destroyed some of the very people who created the music we still love today. Hi everybody, this is David. Today we are going to talk about the dark side of country music. For many country stars, pain was not just part of the act, it was real life. Some of the greatest songs ever written came from people who were fighting personal demons every single day. Take Hank Williams. He changed country music forever before dying at just 29 years old in the backseat of a car on New Year's Day in 1953. Hank battled alcoholism, chronic pain, and loneliness while becoming one of the biggest stars country music had ever seen. Songs like "I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry" did not sound sad by accident. Hank lived those words. Then there was George Jones, a man many fans consider the greatest country singer of all time. But behind the incredible voice was years of addiction and self-destruction. Stories of George disappearing for days, missing concerts, and driving a lawnmower to buy liquor became country music legend. Yet underneath the jokes was a man clearly struggling. The outlaw era only pushed the darkness further into the spotlight. Johnny Paycheck spent time in prison after a shooting. David Allan Coe built an image around danger, controversy, and rebellion. And even artists who survived their wild years often carried emotional scars long after the crowd stopped cheering. Country music has also seen terrible tragedy. In 1963, Patsy Cline died in a plane crash at just 30 years old, right as her career was reaching another level. Years later, Keith Whitley died from alcohol poisoning at only 34. Many believe he was one of the greatest pure voices country music ever produced. And maybe that is part of what makes country music different from other genres. Country artists often sang openly about subjects many people were afraid to discuss: addiction, divorce, depression, cheating, prison, and death. The music connected because the pain was real. Even fame itself became part of the dark side. Some artists spent years on the road away from family, sleeping on buses, battling exhaustion, and trying to live up to impossible expectations. Fans saw the spotlight. They did not always see the cost. But strangely enough, that darkness also gave country music its honesty. The pain created songs that still speak to people generations later. Songs about survival, songs about regret, songs about falling apart and somehow continuing on. Maybe that is why country music lasts. It is not perfect music made by perfect people. It is human music, and sometimes the darkest stories created the most unforgettable songs ever recorded. Thanks for listening, everybody.
In a room with a flickering light, country music spotlight shine bright, showcasing tales of legends old, with heart and story